to the ScamSlam channel. I'm here to bring you content from both shady and some not so shady individuals on TikTok. Ever scrolled through your For You page and come across a sketchy scam or a questionable character? Well, you're not alone, and that's where I come in. On this channel, I'll be diving deep into the world of TikTok to expose scams, scammers, and problematic content to steer clear of. From beggars, scammers, fakers, liars, abusers, and awareness creators that you watch, I'll be here to share it all. I'll be doing it all through showing live streams and adding in comments where appropriate. Be sure to look out for those red flags. So if you want to stay informed on what's really going on in the world of TikTok, then hit that subscribe button and join me on this wild ride. Let's expose the truth together, and reminder, don't send money to anyone on TikTok.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. I'm waiting for a lot of people to come in so I can let y'all know what happened Friday night. Hello. That way I can let y'all know what happened Friday night. It was pretty bad. So I'm waiting until we got some more people coming in so I can let y'all know what went down. And after I tell y'all what happened, if y'all don't believe me, there's a video to back up what happened. There is a video to back it up with. So let's just, hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. I'm waiting until we get this, let's get these numbers up. Let's get people in here so I can let y'all know what happened, because I do not want to repeat myself. I'm just going to mention it one time only. Because what happened Friday night was very devastating. There is a video to back up in what I'm fixing to talk about. So we need to get these numbers in and get people in here so I can let y'all know what happened. And today I'm still the devastation that happened Friday. Everything's getting worked on as of today. So we need to get some people in here. That way I don't have to repeat myself. Because it's very devastating. And what happened Friday night is very devastating. And I don't know what's going to happen or what. So, yes. Let everybody get in here and let's get these numbers up so I can tell y'all what happened. It is. It's very devastating. Hello. Very, very devastating. I've never in my life seen anything like this as long as I've lived, and it was just beyond nonsense of what me and my neighbors had literally go through Friday night. It is really bad. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so we got 23 people in here. Okay, let me tell you what happened. And if y'all don't believe me, there's a video to back it up with. Friday night, well, this past Friday, I was sitting here watching TV. It was around midnight, and the fire alarm in the apartment was going off. Well, normally when the fire alarm goes off, it normally goes back off within a couple of seconds or whatever. So I normally just ignore it. And one of my neighbors came down on this because I live on the second floor. He came down on the second floor, screaming and hollering, telling people, "Y'all better get up! Y'all better get out! Get out! Get out!" And whatever. And I got into panic mode, got my flip flops on, grabbed my phone, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" So we all go downstairs outside, and on the third floor, the vacant apartment got caught on fire. It was basically an arson. It pretty much damaged uh, three different apartments on the third floor, completely gone. Um, we had to call the fire department. Everyone had to be evacuated. So here it is. It's cold. I'm in my flip flops. Um, we went to the other apartment building that's like not even a minute away from us. So we head to the other building, and the American Red Cross got involved. They gave us some cots to sleep on, and the landlord gave us temporary apartments that we could sleep in and everything like that. So they're trying to fix everything. Both of my elderly neighbor downstairs, her apartment is completely ruined. The ceiling completely fell in her apartment. Everything's done. Like, she can't go back. She basically lost her home. My neighbor that lives in number 22, um, all her stuff got ruined, like her bed, everything, like complete water damage everywhere. The roof fell in. They're in her kitchen. It's complete. It's gone. But they're safe. They gonna be put in the other building down here. The landlord's got some apartments open, so they're gonna be moving down to the other building, which it sucks because. So yes, the fire marshal came down the next day, which was a Saturday, and looked around and everything like that. My apartment did not get damaged. Thank the Lord. My apartment was not getting damaged. Um, but the fire marshal came down on a Saturday, was looking around and everything, and basically telling us that we can go back to our apartments. So we came back home. Now they're fixing everything they had to um, fix, to get the water on. They had to mess around. The landlord has been working nonstop. He's exhausted. He's tired. He hasn't hardly had any sleep. And they've been working about getting the gas on, which the gas is already on. They've been working to get the water turned on. It's on already. So now we got the fire marshal coming back down today to go through the building, and because they went ahead and got some plywood and put it over the big hole where one of the apartment windows was at, and they got busted out from the fire. So they're plywooding up all that up on the third floor, like it's no good. So the fire marshal's coming back down today. He's going to walk through everything. He's coming from Tulsa. So that's where we're at. If push come to shove, and if the fire marshal, once he comes down today, if they was to say that we can't live here, then push come to shove, we will be put in the other building. Because there's apartments available in the other building right up the road. If push come to shove. But I don't think they're going to condemn the building, because if they was, the landlord would not be working on the gas, getting it on, and the water and all that like he's been doing. The gas came on yesterday. My apartment, well, the apartment that I'm living in caught on fire Friday. on the third floor. It was an arson. 3 apartments on the third floor got completely damaged. 2 of my neighbors completely lost their homes. The ceiling fell in. My neighbor over here got complete water damage. Her stuff is completely ruined. She's a wreck. She don't know what she's going to do. She has to start all over. My apartment is completely fine. It did not get damaged. Thank God. But we was able to come back. We got to come back to our apartments. The landlord got the gas back on, got the electric back on, and got the water back on, so everything's going back to normal. We're waiting on the fire marshal. This is the second time that the fire marshal is coming down. He's going to come down from Tulsa, walk through, look at everything, whatever, and then everything should be good. But if people don't believe that there was a fire at this apartment, I have a video to prove it. If you guys want to see the video, let me know and I'll let you know where to go to find it. Because there's a guy that lives in this town, and the Saturday, he came up here and did a video and showed the damage of the apartment and everything where the fire took place. So I'm just letting y'all know that if y'all don't believe me, I can give you the name and where to find the video at on Facebook, because it's posted on there. I can give y'all the name if y'all don't believe me. I'm just very fortunate that I did not lose anything. My apartment did not get damaged. I was able to come back. But my elderly neighbor, she's okay. She's going to be put in the second building. They're going to put her up in another apartment. My other neighbor that got water damage, they're going to put her up in another apartment. I just told her just to calm down, thank you for the heart me. I told her just calm down. She'll get her an apartment and just take it day by day. Because I told her if she had to, she can get an air mattress for now. If she had to, until, because right now, because those apartments that's in the other building, they cost a lot more. Because where I'm at, the rent is cheap here. But the other apartments that's up the road from us in the other building, they cost a lot more because the apartment is bigger. Yeah, they're big. Here where I'm at, it's like a small little studio apartment. But I like it over there. I'm gonna try to get a hold of my landlord and let him know, because my lease runs out in June, and I'm gonna let him know that when my lease runs out, move me over there to the other building. Because the other building over there is a lot more cleaner and the apartment's bigger. I may have to be paying more rent, but I don't care. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. And I've already met some really nice people over there that lives in the other apartment. I love these surroundings. Everybody was helping everybody. Everybody was coming together that night. It was just magical. Like everybody was coming together. Yeah, they had us sleeping on the dang cot. The American Red Cross came down, was taking our name, number, and apartment number, and everything. So they had us sleeping on the cot. And I'll tell you what, it's Friday night when we finally got up there in our temporary apartment, because I was sharing it with one other neighbor, because they was trying to put us in a room together, like kind of bunk us up. I was in the room with my neighbor that lives downstairs. She has 2 pit bulls. So me, her, and the 2 dogs. Apartment fire that happened Friday night around midnight. So I bunked up with her and her 2 lovely dogs. And I did not sleep at all that whole night. I was up. Because I could not sleep on that cot. I tossed and turned. I did not get not 1 wink of sleep until I came back over here Saturday evening. And let me tell you something, we know who set the fire. And when the guy who set the fire to the apartment, he was at the other building. And when I saw him, me and another lady and some other people, we laid into him. I cussed him out. I cussed him out up and down because I was so upset because what he did. Yes, he set it on fire because I'll tell you why he set the apartment on fire. He set it on fire because our neighbor that lives upstairs, Chris would not give him what he wanted, so he got mad and he went over there and number 30. It started in number 30 and started because it got a hold of number 30, 31, 32, 33, all up and down. And luckily, the gas was off because if the gas would have been on in those vacant apartments, it would have blown up this whole building over here. I'm telling you, like, we would have been. But I cussed that man out. I told him, I said, "You're nothing but trouble." I said, You started this fire costing our home." So the next day, the guy that does videos, he posted on Facebook. The fire department had to come back out again Saturday because the fire that got started in number 30, somehow it got reignition or something like that. The fire, I don't know. They didn't put it out correctly. It tried to start up again. So the fire department came back out Saturday and just made sure everything was put out. Nothing was going on. I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, when that guy was at the other apartment, I walked away and went into the hallway and I dialed 911 and I told the cops, I said, that guy that you're looking for, he's up here. I said, this is what he's wearing. I said, he's up here. And I said, you hear him? I said, he's up here causing chaos and everything. And so this guy, Chris, that lives upstairs, the next day, the landlord looked at him and cussed him out. He said, we know what you're doing. There is a rumor going around that you're selling illegal stuff out of your apartment. And he's like, you know what? You keep on and you're going to be evicted. And I told the landlord, I said, it's time for you to clean house because these people are up here having a bunch of homeless people come into our building and they're destroying destroying the apartment. I said, they're destroying our home. I said, because this is my home and I really don't have nowhere else to go. And did you know that even though, like my both of my neighbors that did get affected by the fire because they basically lost their home, did you know that when they called Red Cross, um, the Red Cross told them that they could not do nothing for them, like that they would not give them no assistance or anything like that because I got told that the people that got affected would get $300. I don't know if that would be towards a hotel or what, but then I got a hold of my neighbor and I was like, hey, I was like, get a hold of Red Cross because people are saying that they're going to be giving $300 for people like y'all that's been affected by the fire. She called Red Cross and Red Cross told her, well, we can't do nothing. Like they can't give them no assistance, no nothing to help them get a hotel or something like that since they was affected by the fire and basically lost everything and don't have no home to go home to. I thought Red Cross would help somebody out if you lost everything. But the only thing that they did was give us cots. Way up in the morning, it was around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when we finally got our cots and everything got settled in. But that's the only thing they did was give us cots and took down our information. But people who really lost their home in the fire and stuff, like they're not even giving out no assistance for that. And I thought that's what they was there for, was to help people. But if anybody wants to see the video, all you have to do is get on Facebook and type in Monday, and you space it out, like type in Monday, all one word. The guy got arrested. They found him that night, and right now he's in jail because too many people are already speaking that he's the one that started the fire. Because that old guy Chris would not give him what he wanted, which was illegal stuff. But if you go on Facebook and type in Monday Live and click on it, your Monday Live has a page, and you will see the video that he did Saturday, and it shows the apartment building where it all got damaged and stuff. Because when I went outside, because when they said, "Oh, there's a fire," I thought, okay, it's just a small fire. They're gonna come put it out, no big deal. But when I went outside and looked on the side of the building, I was like, "What in the crap?" It was gulped in flames. Here, I'll put it in here. That way y'all know where to look if y'all want to go look at the video. Let's see. It's shit. Let's see. Right there in the box, you spell it just how I got it right there in the box. That's where you go look up the video on Facebook. His name is Monday Live, and that's what he does. Like, he'll go around and do videos for people. He'll keep people informed on what's going on around town and stuff. And so it's on there. It's called Monday Live. You talking about cold. They was like, well, anybody that needs anything out of the apartment, y'all can walk back up there. I was like, so I just saw a picture of it. Yep. When you go, like, I had to walk back up here in the middle of the night, cold as hell. There was still ice on the ground. Come back up here, I had to get my purse. I had my wallet in it. I had to get my medication. I had to get the charger for my phone, grab my blanket. I don't know what for, because I didn't sleep, and everything. And so when I got back in this apartment and I got everything done yesterday, I went ahead and invested, because you never know what can happen. You can always use it. I invested in an electric heater. I got one yesterday. It cost $49, because you never know what can happen. If something wants to go wrong or something, that I'll have electric heater for a backup. I got one to, cost me $49. I got that yesterday. I got plenty of food in the house, because I was worried, like, what? Yep. But in June, my lease runs out, and I'm gonna start putting money back. That way, when that time comes, I'll have money to pay somebody to help me move, because take all my stuff with me. But I'm gonna let the landlord know that when my lease runs out in June, put me down there in that other apartment. Because in that other apartment, like, when you go into the big building, they got surveillance cameras inside the lobby. All up in there, all in there. And it's a lot cleaner. People are a lot nicer down there. I want down there. And I have seen so many different dogs down there since I was in that other building that night. I seen a man with a beautiful French bulldog. he was just taking him out, and I was like, that's the cutest thing I ever seen. I've seen people with pit bulls, French bulldogs, chihuahuas. It was just heaven down there. I literally enjoyed myself seeing all kinds of dogs. This one guy had a big, huge Great Dane. He's like a blue color. He's like blue spotted. Big old Great Dane came out, and I was like, that dog is huge. I was like, how do you afford to feed that? He's like a big old horse. Beautiful little thing. I was like, you guys down here are nothing but animal lovers. I'll tell you what, this right here, this is just I would love to be down here because everybody down here's got animals and you can just be in dog heaven. What I don't understand is they told us that night that we had to leave. We couldn't stay in here because there was no water, there was no gas, because the heater and stuff runs off of gas, right? The electric was still on, but they said we could not stay here because of that. But these one people, the couple that lives a couple of doors down from me, I don't know how they did it. I guess they snuck in when nobody was looking, but they was in this building the whole time. And I'm surprised they didn't get caught, because if they would have got caught, they would have got in trouble. They stayed in this building the whole freaking time. They did not even evacuate. My neighbor, I told her, I was like, you need to, I know people don't like people begging or anything, but this girl that I'm talking about, she works hard for her money. This girl is 22 years old. Everything that she had in that apartment that got ruined, she has worked hard for. Nothing has never been given to her. She has worked her butt off. And I told her that she needs to do a GoFundMe account and have people donate to her so she can get back on her feet, because she's going to have to literally get furniture and replace all of that got lost in the fire. Because she basically got, like, the roof came down on her place, and it just ruined everything, her bed and everything. And that girl that I'm talking about, she's not lazy. She has worked her butt off. She's a recovering addict. She has been clean for 26 months. Very proud of her. She's very mature young lady. I love being friends with her. She's amazing. She's doing her best. She works at Walgreens, and she recently got her vehicle because she's been saving up her money. She's been saving so hard. She finally got her vehicle, which I'm really proud of her, and she's just doing great. And then stuff like this happens, and it just really crushes her, because she has worked so hard for what she had in that apartment. And my neighbor, Miss Inez, she's going to get her another apartment. They're going to put her down there in the other building. Her apartment is completely ruined. She had the ceiling fell in the bathroom, and basically in her kitchen, water damage everywhere. So she practically lost everything. She grabbed what she could. But paying a little bit more on rent down there is not bad, because I'm telling y'all, those apartments in the other building are just beautiful, like big freaking kitchen. I mean, it's amazing down there, and I'm so happy that they get to get them apartment down there. I should have grabbed me some pop to take with me down there when I went to that other building, but I wasn't thinking. I was like, I already had too much crap on my plate trying to carry it all to the other building. So here I am sitting there in that other building, and I'm over here paying $1 a can, literally $1 a can for a 12-ounce pop, paying $1 because my big butt's thirsty. Because I was upset Friday night when they was telling us about the apartment and stuff, because I was a little bit worried myself, because I don't want to be homeless again. I just got out of that situation 7 months ago. I got myself out of that homeless situation, and I don't want to be put back in that situation. I called my biological mother. I called her that night, let her know what's going on. She goes, "What's going on?" And I told her about the apartment being on fire. She goes, "What are you gonna do?" She goes, "You need to move from." I told her, I was like, I've been in several apartments in my whole life. I've never in my life have seen someone literally go up to a vacant building of an apartment and just set it on fire just because you're mad at the world. I've never in my life experienced that until Friday. Because see, before that happened, see Friday, before that even happened, right? A couple of hours before that, that same guy, which his name is Brandon. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna throw it out there. Um, I was sitting outside because I was waiting on my groceries to be delivered. I finally got some groceries, and that earlier that day, I was sitting outside talking to the people that was hanging out, whatever, because I was waiting on my stuff to get delivered. And Brandon was coming up there running his mouth, trying to get into it with everybody. And he even tried to yell at me, and I clapped back at him. I was like, sure did. Sure did. He was like trying to yell at me, and I told him, I said, "Man, I rent here. You're homeless." I was like, "You're homeless. I rent here. I live here. This is my home. You will not yell at me." So he just kept on running his mouth. Da, 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 da. And I told him, I said, "Look, you call yourself a man, but you're sitting there running your mouth to a female. That makes you look real cute, huh? You ain't nothing but a dang coward." So right after that, I got my groceries, put them in the house, and within an hour or so after all that crap happened, that's when the neighbor came down and said, "Y'all better get out. There's a fire, everything." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then he was yelling. He was like, "That guy Brandon, he went up there and started this fire because he got mad at Chris because Chris wouldn't give him anything illegal, if you know what I'm talking about, and all this." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yep." Because my neighbor over here that lives in number 20, his friends came outside. His friends came outside because he had company. They came outside with my neighbor's dog, and I yelled at him. I was like, "Where's the neighbor?" Because, he, my neighbor over here, he is severely overweight, and he does have health problems. And I yelled at one of the guys that was staying with him. I was like, "Y'all better go get him downstairs. Somebody better go get him because he can't be up there." I said, so I had to sit there and hold the damn dog while they go up there and get the man out of the apartment. I was screaming too. I went down on the first floor. I was trying to look for Miss Sonez. I was screaming. I said, "Y'all better come on. There's a fire. Y'all better get your butts out of here. Come on now. We gotta go." It was funny. Because, see, what I don't understand is, okay, this building that we're living in, right? We have a lot of homeless people that comes up in here and sleeps, like on the stairways and stuff, right? But in the other building, they don't do that over there. You don't see people coming in there and sleeping around on the stairways, being all loud and stuff, because there's an old boy that lives there. He's been there for about 4 years. And he was telling me that he's pretty much like a security guard, kind of. He said if he hears something going on, he runs people off because he's been there for about 4 years. And when I was staying there that night, I couldn't believe how quiet it was. I was like, nobody is over here showing their ass, but we have to put up with it in the other building that I'm living in. But over here, it's a lot more easy. Like, people knows how to act over here. They go around and act like, they do have some sense. Like, you don't see homeless people laying around on stairways and stuff like that over there at the other building. I was like, what the heck, what the crap's up with this? I was like, I was like, oh my gosh. And the guy that I'm talking about, he's been there for about 4 years. He's really nice. I met him. He just lost his wife 3 weeks ago. She was only 44. Him and her has been married for about 20 years. He said that she went to the bathroom, and because she has no health problems or nothing like that, so she went to go use the bathroom and everything, and next thing you know, she ended up having a really bad grandma seizure just out of the blue, because he said that she's never had a seizure or anything like that. He don't know what caused it, but he said that she had a really bad grandma seizure, and he said that's what killed her. And so the ambulance had to come get her. It was 3 weeks ago, and she was 44 years old. And I told him, I was like, I'm sorry for your loss. He was telling me that they've been together for 20 years. That is sad. So he said that now that since it's just him living there, he said he's thinking about finding him another apartment somewhere else because he's saying that he can't he can't see himself staying in that apartment that he's in now because of his wife being gone. So he's saying that he's really thinking about moving to another location. But I got my bills paid. I got paid. I did get paid and everything, and I paid my rent, and I paid my electric bill Friday, and I got me some groceries. Yes, I did. I got me some groceries, and then yesterday, I got on there and ordered me a heater. I got some hygiene products and stuff for myself, so I'm good. Everything's paid for. Everything's up to date. I'm good. I don't need anything. So I'm good. I'm blessed. People better start using those food stamps, because after the 15th, you won't be able to buy pop or candy. I told that to my neighbor, told him about all that. He was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Look it up." I said, "After the 15th, here in Oklahoma, after the 15th, you won't be able to buy pop or candy or anything like that." He thought I was lying. I was like, "You better go Google it." What's in Oklahoma? The food stamps were after the 15th. We can't use our cards, like use the food stamp cards to get pop or candy or nothing like that. It takes effect on the 15th here in Oklahoma. And you know what? Um, I did take me some bologna. I bought some bologna, like the Oscar Mayer bologna, and a big old loaf of bread. Wasn't much, but I had it. Took it down there with me, and the people that was affected, that was down there, I was like, hey, anybody hungry? I've got some bologna, some bread here. Anybody hungry? Anybody want sandwiches? I said, y'all come up here. I'll feed anybody that's hungry. And that's what I was doing. Like, I was making bologna sandwiches, and I was giving them out to people. Yeah, because I mean, it wasn't much, but I can understand people was hungry. I don't know, but he's saying that sugary drinks, like the flavored water, the water that's already been flavored and stuff like that. So I don't know if he could buy the cool. I don't see why not. I mean, they're gonna worry about us telling us not to buy pop or candy, but we can still buy baked goods like already made cakes and stuff. But we can't buy pop and candy. I mean, make sense. That makes an oh my gosh. So the men out there that's got food stamps, you better go out there and buy your lovely some Valentine candy with your card before the 15th, before the deadline. That way you can get your honey something for Valentine's. Oh, the Super Bowl. Oh my gosh. It's going to be the Seahawks and Patriots. Nope, not even Diet Cherry Zero. You can't even, they won't even, like, with your food stamp card, you can't even buy sweet tea. Like, what? Like, sweet tea's not bad for you. Like, you can't even buy sweet tea with that? Like, whatever. I bet Donald Trump ain't up in there drinking just plain water. I bet he's up there drinking all the sweet tea and pop and stuff. I bet he's not limited, but they're gonna try to limit the people with food stamps. Okay. So what do y'all think about the ICE killing Alex, the registered nurse? Do you think that they was in the wrong, or did they do it for justice? Was Alex in the wrong? President what party? Do you think like Alex was in the wrong? I mean, I like talking about this to see what's going on. Um, because a lot of people are saying that, oh my gosh, please tell me Amber's not back. Oh my God, if she's back, then it's gonna start getting loud again. My next door neighbor, because they had her and they admitted her to the hospital about 2 weeks ago. Amber's my neighbor that lives across from me, and she was in a psych ward for about 2 weeks because she's crazy, and they had to fix her meds, and I think she's already back. But yeah, but getting back to ICE, I mean, do you think they're doing too much? Like, do you think they was in the wrong for killing Alex the RN, or like, do you think Alex was in the wrong? Because I know a lot of people has mixed feelings about the whole situation. I think you are in the wrong. How am I in the wrong? Presidential watch party? What am I doing? How am I in the wrong? I'm not doing nothing but just having a conversation. So how am I in the wrong? Make that make sense. What am I doing? Please enlighten me. Come on. What do I do? I don't know what happened. A presidential watch party is saying that I'm in the wrong, and I'd like to know what I did. So they're not going to answer me because they know what they said was pretty dumb because I wasn't doing nothing wrong. So for you to make that kind of a comment was kind of pretty dumb. That's what I would like to know. Because I was just up here talking about the ICE and the incident with ICE and Alex, the RN nurse that got shot down by ICE, and I was just seeing what people's views on that was because a lot of people have mixed feelings about the whole situation. You know, right? I mean, to me, I think the ICE stepped over boundaries. Um, if Alex was interfering in what the ICE was doing, they could have took him down and arrested him, right? Like arrested him, put him in handcuffs, whatever. But going as far as what they did, that drew the line. That was unnecessary, you know. But they could have detained him, put him in handcuffs for trying to interfere in what they was doing out there, taking a video, doing this, doing that. Um, right. They could have arrested him, but far as them drawing the pew pew at him and doing what they did, that was stepping over boundaries. That was too bad. Thank you for the heart, me. But he was out there, 11 days before all that tragically happened to him. 11 days before that, because I did see videos, I did my homework, I did everything. 11 days before that tragically thing happened, he was out there acting like a fool, interfering, kicking their vehicles and stuff, out there acting like a fool. And that right there, when he was doing all that, they should have arrested him then. And then on the day that it happened, he went out there and was trying to interfere because one of the ISIS supposedly pushed a lady down, and he was trying to interfere, trying to help the lady and stuff, just doing whatever. Like, basically, he was not minding his own business. That's just the nicest way to put it. When you see a federal agent or something doing something or whatever, I wouldn't get involved. I mean, I may sit here and watch it go down, but I'm not going to be interfering in their business, because then all the attention's going to be turned to me. So there's no way. Yes, he was carrying a pew pew in his jacket, but it was never drawn or anything like that. But still, he should have just mind his own dang business. You know what I'm saying? But there's he should have mind his own business. They should have conducted it differently, not did what they did. They should have just put him in handcuffs, detained him, whatever. But what they did was not right, and what he was doing was not right. He should have mind his own business. Because I know a lot of people don't like Trump, but the rumor has it, I don't know if it's going to be true or not, but we'll wait and see. The rumor has it that once his term ends, his son, Byron, whatever, is going to step up and run for president. I wonder what happened to the $2,000 that was supposed to be given to us for tariff. I ain't seen that. Be nice. Oh, he's got to be in his 30s to run? Oh, I didn't know. I thought he was old enough. Okay. He's not old enough, duh. You really gotta say that? Like, he's not old enough, duh. Are we in high school now? Is that how we're gonna talk? Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. Well, I did not know. I thought he was old enough. Paul Princess, go on. This ain't high school. Just stop. Just stop. This ain't high school, okay? Just stop. Commenting on someone's tragic unaliving while you think it. If it's weird, then why you in here? I don't see nothing wrong with that. If you find it weird, then why you here? You're just wasting your breath. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm just having a decent conversation. And if you don't like it, then politely leave my room. You ain't gonna get up on here and start trolling. with only 0 followers. Okay, I'm not educated enough. Okay, someone with 0 followers with a fake account just to get up on here and troll somebody. Talking about I'm not educated. Okay. So how is everybody doing today? How's the weather where you're at? It's starting to warm up here. Finally, it is still a little bit chilly, but it's finally warming up, and I am so glad. You know what happened? Okay, so Saturday we were still at the other building, waiting on the call to be able to come back over here to our homes, and 42 snow melting. But anyways, what I was saying. Saturday I was sitting there and at the other building waiting, waiting to come back over here. And one of the guys that lives upstairs on the 3rd floor, he was like, "Who is it?" Oh, okay. I thought they was knocking on my door. But he was like he was wanting a pop or whatever. And I told him, I was like, I'm not walking over there to my apartment just to get a pop. And he had the nerve to say, well, you can give me your key and I'll just walk over there and get it myself. And I'm like, no, I'm not giving my key to no strange person to go over there in my apartment just to get a dang pop. I was like, whatever. That's just weird. That girl Amber, she's over there hauling for her dog because her dog's got out. That's her big mouth. Those are the dogs. Those are the dogs that craps and pees around. What? Was what fire? What? I didn't quite understand what you was talking about. You said was something fire. That's all they do is scream. Like, they can't talk without screaming. Like, what in the world? No, 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 no. At the other apartment building, we had to stay there Saturday waiting on the fire marshal because he came down that day, and we had to get an okay through the fire marshal to be able to return to our home Saturday. So people like me that still has the apartment, like no damage or nothing, we was allowed to come back. There's only two. There's only two of my neighbors that did not get to come back to their home because it's completely ruined. But it's okay because they're not going to be homeless. They're going to be placed at the other building, which sucks because them two are my best neighbors. Yes. Here in my box, if you type in Monday Live on Facebook, you will see the video that he did Saturday and it shows the structure of the apartment building and everything where the fire was at. It would show the damage. It completely ruined. See, okay, where the fire happened on the third floor, Chris's apartment, right? It did a little bit of damage on his because of the roof and stuff. So he's got fire damage inside of his apartment. I don't know once the fire marshal gets here again today. I don't know if they're going to allow that Chris guy to stay in his apartment since he does have a little bit of fire damage. I don't know if it's going to be safe for him to stay at that apartment. They may tell him that he's going to have to go, and which he'll go back to the other building, but people like me and my other neighbor and stuff, we can stay here because we didn't get no damage. Yeah, anybody that wants to see about the apartment fire, there is a video of it on Facebook. Just type in Monday Live. He did a video of it Saturday when the fire department had to come back that day because on the third floor, whatever happened, it re-sparked, reignited or something, and they had to come and put it out again. Because they was trying to tell Monday Live, that it happened on the second floor. And there wasn't no smoke or nothing on the second floor. It all happened on the third floor. Second floor did not get damaged at all. No. No water damage on the second floor. Wait, I take that back. The only one that got water damage was my neighbor that lives in number 22. I don't know how in the crap it happened, but her roof in her kitchen completely fell through. There is water damage all over the carpet. Her bed got completely soaked. Her stuff is completely ruined. But far as me, I'm right here as you're going up the stairway. I'm the first door right here. My apartment didn't get water damage, thank God. The guy across from me, his apartment did not get. Number 24 and 25, they're safe. So yes. Hello. So number 22, I don't see how unless. Okay. Yeah, because the roof fell in on hers. Her roof fell in the kitchen, and there's water damage all over. It completely ruined her bed and everything. Nope, it's not. And I know they're going to be doing insurance claims. I know they're going to get big bucks out of this. Would they pay you if they know that it was arson through the insurance? Would the insurance cover this since it was lit intentionally? Like it was arson? Because I don't know much about that. Wouldn't the insurance pay the owner? Or no, since it was arson? Yeah, they got insurance on the apartment building, yes. I need to get me some rental insurance on my stuff. That way, if it ever happens. No, I don't have renter's insurance, but I need to get some. No, I need to because my stuff be going up in flames. I'll be like, yeah, I need to. After that happening, yes, I need to call around and see what it would cost to get insurance on my stuff in here. That way, if my apartment ever goes up in flames, I'm covered. I do need because I don't think about those things because like you're in an apartment and you just like okay, like you just don't think about these things. But now after what happened, yes, I'm gonna be looking into getting renter's insurance on my stuff. That way I'm covered if my stuff gets damaged. And they can just it may not be much. Yeah, I mean it may not be much, but it'd be something to at least recuperate and and start over with. Well, they don't make you have it part of the lease here, but they tell you it's good to have, but they don't make you get it. But I'm gonna check into that. I'm gonna see about that. Oh, really? 25 a month? Yes. I wonder if they have different types of policies like because the stuff that I have in my apartment really ain't gonna it doesn't really cost that much, like my TV and stuff like that. Like I really don't have any valuable items. Um so I wonder if they got different plans that you can get. That way if you get damaged, you know how much you'll know how much you'll be getting when they cut you a check or something. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely call and check into that definitely. I'm glad y'all reminded me about that because yeah, it needs to happen now since all this happened. Definitely. That way I'll be covered. I'm sure it like let's say for instance it caught on fire again and my apartment got caught up in flames or whatever. I'm sure the insurance company would have to contact I'm sure the insurance will have to contact the landlord to verify that my apartment is got caught up in the fire. I'm sure that's how it works, right? Like they'll contact the landlord because I wouldn't even know. Like if I have to show them proof, or they'll have to contact the landlord to get that verification. Okay, your daughter's office is in Moore. Okay. Yeah, I'll start calling around and get that taken care of 100%. Oh, excuse me. I'll be down. I got my fan on. It's got a little bit too hot in the apartment. Had to turn some things off and turn on my little fan. Yes. Yes, I am. I don't go back till Tuesday. Yes, up in the 60s. I got to go to my doctor's appointment on the 12th. I got to go to my doctor's appointment on the 12th. I got to, they got to give me my depot shot. I got to go back on the 12th to get that. I can't have kids. I had a tubal ligation back when I was 21, but I take the depot shot because it literally stops my periods. My periods get so bad it makes me nauseous and everything, so that's why I'm on the depot. I've been on the depot ever since I was 19. No babies for me. I fixed that real quick when I was 21. I had a tubal ligation. I didn't want no kids. Best decision I ever made. Well, it's kind of like they find it to be a medical reason because I told her because they're saying that I'm too young. Let's see, I'm 44. They're saying I'm too young for a hysterectomy. So I'm surprised they still give it to me too, knowing I had a tubal ligation. Oh my Lord. Oh, that felt so good. Oh my Lord, that felt so good. Oh, she got pregnant on the depot? Dang. Was her baby okay? Like, was she able to carry out the pregnancy? Did the baby come out okay? Yes, full term. Oh, well, that's good. Good, good, good. I had a doo-doo. I had a doo-doo. You want to come over here and smell it? Well, y'all asked. Oh, wow. I'll grab me a pop. First pop of the day. I've been drinking tea and water. I got me some Dr. Thunder. Oh, well. Okay. Ugh, let's see. Okay. Got this high dollar Dr. Thunder I'll be drinking. Ooh, wee. That Dr. Thunder tastes just like regular Dr. Pepper. Shoot. I started the only time I get Dr. Peppers, like if I get me a 20 ounce or something, but I don't buy the 12 or the 24 pack anymore because I'm not paying that price. So I just buy Dr. Thunder. And I'll make it last. You know what I got the other day at Walmart when I was getting groceries? I am not lying. I got a big box of, it was 60 count eggs and a big box for same as $10 there at Walmart. It was a big old box and it had 60 in a box, same as $10. Sure did. That'll last me a long time. Because it's just me here. I really don't cook that much, but that'll last me a while. I like making scrambled eggs and put a little bit of cheese on top. Eggs has went down. Well, I haven't really paid any attention. All I know is I got a good deal on 60 count eggs for same as $10. Have y'all ever? Okay, this lady, her name is Josh's mom. I don't know if y'all seen her, but she gets on there and she tries people's recipes. Like she tries to cook. And She said she was going to make some biscotti. And she found, it's called hamburger meat in a can. She said it's $10 or something at Walmart. And you open it up, you stick it, you put it in the skillet. It's already cooked, but you can warm it up and stuff. And she said it's really soft and really fine hamburger meat. But anyways, she was making biscotti. And she added chunks of pineapples to her hamburger meat, plus biscotti sauce, and mixed it all in. She was like, "Oh, that's so good." Nah, you do not put pineapples and biscotti sauce. But yeah, I wonder if y'all ever had the hamburger meat in a can. Because I looked it up at Walmart. It's $10.88 for the hamburger. I'd be too scared. I'd be too scared to buy that hamburger meat in a can. And it being that much, $10.88. I don't know. I'd be too scared. I got some Doritos. I got hamburger meat. So I need to buy some cheese sauce, some sour cream, and make some Dorito nachos. That's what I need to do. Because I brown up my hamburger meat. I put in 1 can of diced tomatoes that has oregano and garlic in it. And then I add a can of cheese sauce to it. Mix it all up till it gets nice and warm on the cheese and everything. I'll put it over my chips. And that's sour cream and guacamole. I love biscotti. I really do. So delicious with garlic bread and Parmesan cheese. I love it. Oh yeah, and I got some ranch Doritos too. But making nachos, it won't go good with the ranch, but it'll go good with the regular Doritos on my nachos. Because I don't like the regular tortillas. I like Doritos and stuff. Oh my god, it's so good. And then I bought me some of this Tylenol. I went to Walmart and I got me some of that Tylenol extra strength. Because Friday, when I was at the other building that night and I couldn't hardly sleep, and that cot wasn't doing me no justice. It was making my leg hurt. Plus, I was doing all that walking and stuff, not really getting any rest. When I came back over here Saturday, I noticed that my right leg was swelled. I don't know why. I didn't fall or nothing, but it's now starting to get back to normal now, because it's been real stiff to where I can't hardly walk on it or anything. But yesterday I got that Tylenol extra strength and I've been taking that. So today it's a little bit better to where I can actually walk on it. So I'm just putting my feet up and relaxing and not trying to overdo it. Because I will be honest with y'all, I did have a car wreck 20 years ago. It was in a Honda Accord. And ever since I had that car wreck, I do have some mobility issues. My back is all screwed up. Sometimes I have troubles with my legs. I do have mobility issues due to the car wreck. And this is February. This is my birthday month. I'll be 45 on the 17th. I'm Aquarius. I'll be 45. So for my birthday, I'm going to go and buy me a red velvet cake and probably have Little Caesars for my birthday. Just order me a pizza and stay home, watch TV. And I gotta tell y'all something. Okay, this was so weird. I had this guy text me, right? And what in the world? I'm not getting any. And he texts me. Oh, cool. Yours is a 12th? Awesome. I ain't gonna put no candles on no cake. You'll ruin the looks. You'll be 54. All right. So with yours being the 12th, does that make you an Aquarius too? All right. We got Aquarius in the house. I don't know about y'all, but I cannot be with the man that's Aquarius. I've been there, done that. Two people that are Aquariuses are not compatible. No freaking way. Ain't no, nope. So I had this guy like literally text me, and he comes off strong, y'all. He came off strong. He was like, I want to be with you, baby. Will you be my girlfriend? I was like, what? Step back a little bit, dude. I was like, you need to get to know somebody first before they up and be your girlfriend. He sent me a picture, and I was like, yep, you look like a real winner. And I just blocked him. I was like, I'm not interested. You act like you ain't got no sense. I mean, I don't go for the looks. You know what I'm saying? But I want the person to be clean, like be hygiene-wise, hygienic, have some sense about them, and know how to conduct themselves in a relationship, if that makes sense. Hello. Because I may not be no beauty queen by no means. I know I don't have the looks, but I'm a dang good person, and that's just how I am. Like, this is me. And yes, I do suffer from PCOS. That's why I have facial hair on my face. I've been dealing with it ever since I hit puberty. They've already tested me. I got PCOS. If people will do their research, they will know what that is. That's why, I have hair on my face, but I keep it clean. I do shave it. It is what it is. I'm used to it. And I tell people off the bat, like, before you get with me, this is what's real. I've got PCOS. You're going to see hair on my face, but I do keep it shaved. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is what I got. And if you can't deal with me having PCOS, then there's the door. I can't help it. Right. People's telling me you should go get laser hair removal. I was like, you got money? I was like, you got money? I was like, no. Yeah, my neighbor that lives across from me, I don't know why anybody will be so freaking lazy about taking their dogs outside, because if I wasn't able to go up and down the stairs to take my dog out, I wouldn't have them, because there's no way I would sit in a freaking studio apartment and looking at dog crap and smelling dog pee all over my place. There's no way. That's completely filthy and lazy. She's good. Miss Inez is good. She's getting another apartment in the other building. They're going to move her to another apartment because her apartment over here is completely ruined. The ceiling fell in the kitchen and the bathroom. So bless her, she's got a place. I don't know. I don't know when she's going to be able to move into her new place, but she's over there right now, temporarily. So far, we're just waiting to see when she can move in. But she's doing good. She's got a roof over her head and everything, so she's doing all right. Yes. Oh, people who get to check and stuff, like, they're going to take care of them because she gets a VA check. They're going to take care of the people that get to check every month because they want that rent. That's guaranteed money. They're going to take care of them. Um, I'm going to get a hold of my landlord and just tell him that in June, when my lease runs out, I want to be over there in the other building with Miss Inez and my other neighbor. I don't want to be over here by myself. I'm not by myself. I mean, there's other people, but two of my best neighbors are not here no more. And I want to be put over there when my lease runs out. I want to be put over there at the other building. So I got to start putting money back, saving it. That way, when the time comes, I can get on Facebook, yard sale, and hire somebody to move me. And because I'm on the second floor. The fire started on the third floor. Miss Inez is on the first floor, and I don't know how the hell it happened. But the roof came down on her kitchen, her bathroom. My other neighbor that lives on the second floor in number 22, the roof fell in her kitchen, water damage everywhere, completely ruined her bed. I'm on the second floor. I'm number 21. Nothing got damaged here. Nothing. I'm surprised that nothing got damaged. But I'm going to get a hold of my landlord and tell him that in June, when my lease runs out, get me out of this building. I'm going to be over there with them. Because over there in the other building, the rent over there will be $600 and something a month. Plus, you got to pay your electric bill. So it's not bad because the apartments over there are a lot bigger. I've already looked at one of them. So cute. It's a lot bigger. And so I definitely want to be over there when my lease runs out. If nothing happens between now and then. If I'm lucky enough to not have anything catch on fire at this building that I'm at right now. So if we can survive till June, that's what I'm going to do. Because I don't want to be over here and not be around the two best neighbors that I've got. I want to move and be over there at the other. And I met that other building that I was in, I met some fantastic people over there. I did. I met people over there at the other building are so nice, so sweet. They will talk to anybody. And it's just like you're in dog heaven. Everybody over there's got a dog. I seen people with French bulldogs. One guy had a Great Dane. The other one had a Chihuahua, some pit bulls. I mean, it's dog heaven over there. What do you mean, didn't you move? I don't have a dog. No. No, I don't have no dog. No. I'm just saying, like, the people at the other building, it's like dog heaven. Like, wherever you go, like, you see a dog. Like, you're never lonely over there at the other apartment. But I definitely want to be over there when my lease runs out in June. And I'm going to talk to him about it, and I know he ain't going to have no problem with it. He's got some that's available on the first floor, but they're not ready. He still has to go in and, like, clean, and he's got this. I'm going to tell you something. This landlord, ever since this has happened Friday, this man has been on top of everything, trying to get everything in order. He has been working his butt off since this happened midnight Friday at midnight. He has had little to no sleep. I would like to get a first floor, because there is two that are empty, but they're not ready. Like he still has to go in and do some maintenance and stuff to it. I would love to have the first floor, but we'll see what happens in June. Which I don't care where he puts me as long as I get to be over there in the other building because it's quiet. You don't have to worry about no homeless person coming in there laying around on the stairwell. You don't have to worry about no loudness over there. I mean, it is quiet. They know how to act over there, and I'll be much happier over there. And the apartments over there are more updated. I love the way they look. I mean, it's beautiful. But yeah, Miss Onez, she got her a nice apartment. It's I think hers, yeah, the one that she's got is on the third floor because that's the temporary one that they had her in Friday, and that's the one that she's going to be staying in because it's super nice. No, no elevators. See, these two apartment buildings, years ago, they used to be, years ago back in the time, these two apartment buildings used to be a hospital at one point in time. But I like that building over there, and the landlord. I like it over there because like when you go inside the building, there is surveillance cameras right there on the first floor, like in the lobby. There's surveillance cameras everywhere, and the landlord's office is right there on the first floor. So yeah, I'd rather be over there. So I'm gonna that's gonna be my goal in June when my lease runs out is get my butt over there. So I don't want to do it right now because I'm only a couple of months away from June. So I'll just ride it out. If nothing happens between now and then, I'm gonna go over there. I can get somebody. I'm not going to be using a mover per se. I'm just going to try to find somebody that wants to help me move. Like try to find somebody in this area off of uh, Facebook yard sale in this town, and see if anybody's got a pickup. Because I got the bed, the TV, my heater, and my microwave and stuff that I'm gonna take with me, and plus my chair and my clothes. Take all that with me because I'll need to hire two people. That way they can lift on it and take it upstairs and stuff for me wherever I be moving at. So probably paying somebody 100, 150 depends. So that's what I'll be doing because I can't afford no movers because I think they charge so much an hour. I haven't really looked into that, but I think they charge so much an hour. And I like to take the stuff with me. I don't want to leave my stuff here and just take my clothes because I don't want to have to start all over because it costs too much to start over, like buying a new TV and stuff. My mom is wanting me to move. My mom's want me to move where she's at, but I don't want to. I don't want to because I love it here. Like I love this town. I love this town. I love the people that's in it. You know, people that's in this town. They're not judgmental. They do help you and stuff when you need help, and I love it. Like I can't go back to the town that I was living in before because it. No, that that town is in the past. I'm not going back to that town. The only thing that the town that my mom's living in, my biological mother, the only thing they got going for them over there is they're fixing to they're fixing to get a Save a Lot. They're fixing to get the grocery store Save a Lot put in that town. That's the only thing they got going for them. It's a Save a Lot. They got a hold of the company. The company reached back out to them because it's a very very small town. It's like a ghost town, and so Save a Lot is interested. They got back with the town, and so they're going to be getting a Save a Lot over there, which my mom's happy, but some of the Save a Lots around here, I have checked their prices. They're not no cheaper than Walmart. But my mom thinks it's going to save her money. I was like, go for it. So it'll be a while before it Save a Lot. They got approved. Now they're trying to find a piece of land or something, or like a vacant building or something to place Save a Lot in. So that's what they're working on now. But Save a Lot is very interested in wanting to come in my mom's town and have them a Save a Lot. Because right now, the only grocery store they have is Homeland. And Homeland is highway robbery. That's too dang high. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Does anybody eat pancakes for dinner? Does anybody ever make pancakes for supper? But back to what I was saying about my landlord, kudos to him for real. I have never seen a landlord like him in my life that has been on top of everything ever since this whole situation has happened. Friday at midnight, he has been on top of this. This man is so exhausted. He's running on hardly any sleep whatsoever, trying to get everything in order, trying to get cleanup going, getting gas turned on for us over here, the water going over here, getting everything cleaned up, making sure everything's in working order in the apartments and stuff. This man has been working really hard. He's a dang good landlord. I've never seen anything like it. Somebody like him that really stays on top of it. He's really proud in what he does. I was sitting here thinking last night, it's kind of weird how everybody scattered. And I think they're pretty much in hideout. Like, ever since this fire has happened, it's been really quiet around here. Hardly anybody has been coming around or anything. It's like they just scattered. Because that one guy, his name is Ferguson. Ferguson was the one that was coming down that night down the hallway here and letting us know to get the hell out because there was a fire. And I spoke to him last night when he came in the building, and he was telling me that night that it happened, he said there was 15 people sitting on the stairway. And he said then when the fire got started, they all want to scatter, but yet nobody wants to tell about what happened when the fire got started. They just all scattered like a bunch of scaredy cats. And he was like, where are they at now since all this has happened? They're not nowhere to be found. Oh, he's pissed. Ferguson, he's a really decent guy. He's like up in his 50s. He had some lungs on him. If it wasn't for him yelling and screaming like he did that night, I don't know what the hell. We would just be sitting here like we're dumbfounded until the police department or something will come up and tell us to get out. But it's been pretty quiet since all this has been going on. I mean, it ain't been, noisy. We ain't been having a lot of homeless people coming up in here like they was. So it's kind of interesting, but we'll see how it goes as the days go by and stuff. We'll see what happens. Because I told them, I was like, we're getting lucky this time about the fire. But, like I told them, I said, next time we may not be lucky because it may end up really burned to the ground next time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I'm definitely going to call. I'm going to try to get some insurance on my stuff. Because you never know what can happen from one day to the next. I want my stuff to be protected and everything like that and get fully prepared. And I hope that nothing like this happens until I get moved. Which will be, my lease runs out June the 30th. Because that's when I moved in here, was June the 30th. So that's when my lease will run out. And what I don't understand is like when it happened, they was telling people they had to evacuate, they couldn't stay there or whatever. Well, the guy and his girlfriend, they live in number 24. And I guess nobody wasn't paying attention. They literally snuck back into the building and stayed in their apartment this whole freaking time. They never once they did leave, but when everything was clear and there was nobody inside, they came back and stayed in their apartment until all of this. And I'm surprised they didn't get caught, because they would have got caught, they would have got in trouble. And I'm surprised they didn't get hypothermia, because really? Well, see, there was something about when I got my application, it was something about rental or whatever. And I asked my landlord, and he's like, well, that's up to you if you want to get rental insurance or not. We're not going to make you. And I was like, okay. So I just signed my lease and I moved in. But having rentals insurance now is it's really opened up my eyes. I need to get some. Right. Yeah, because most places are really strict about that. Like, they do want people to have rentals insurance just in case. Because some places it is a have-to thing. Because that other building, it's only a 1-minute walk. So it's just right down here below me. Is the rent pretty expensive up there where you're at? Life's just beginning. Is it pretty expensive up there around Moore area and stuff? Because I've never lived up around there. I mean, I've been to Oklahoma City, up there around what used to be Whitewater Bay and Frontier City and stuff. And I've been to Edmond, but I did not know what the rent would go up in there. If the rent was pretty expensive up around in that area. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, welcome in. Glad you can join us. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm just sitting here relaxing. Hi. Hi, Dawn. Welcome in. Anybody going to be watching the Super Bowl? That's going to be coming on Sunday. Anybody going to be watching it? Seahawks and the Patriots going to be playing. Seahawks better get out there and play the ball. Is all I got to do. Because my team is Kansas City Chiefs. And they did not do good this year at all.